following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Welcome to Victory Monday. Thank you, Wingstop, for bringing us this show. Thank you, SWBC.
Let's
For
go!
sponsoring not only my living room, but also Jesse Holley's front seat of his car. And to kick the show off, I got 3 words for you. Jesse Ho, Nate Ho, Kurt Ho. That's 3 hoes for a ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas week to all of you. Let's get going. How are you? What's happening? Jesse, why are you in your car? And how is it such a, your picture is more clear there than it is at home? Like, what's going on?
I am so committed to you guys. I am so committed to the fans. I didn't want a big time after a Cowboys victory. So I am in the parking lot. I'm stealing some good Wi-Fi from our friends at Wingstop. Appreciate the Wi-Fi. But Santa's sleigh was filled up this morning. I had all those gift bags and presents in my car, and I was trying to deliver them all in a manageable time. But I didn't get it done in enough time to get back to either my office or my home. So I said, screw it. I said, listen, I'm all about getting it done, baby, all right? Jay Holley gets it done. So I pulled over and I got the Wi-Fi from one of our good sponsors at Wingstop, man. And I'm out here on that free Wingstop Wi-Fi. And I'm bringing you the show, baby. Let's go. Nathaniel, can you hear me, Nathaniel?
Yes, I can hear you.
We good, baby. We good. I got enough gas to last us 2 shows. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Yes. Let's do this show, man. I'm just really proud of the way the Dallas Cowboys have.
You sound really excited about the win.
No, I'm just,
excited.
I'm just saying, when we have so much negativity against the Dallas Cowboys and their ability to win games. And then when it just, when I tell you it's going to happen the way it happens.
Nate, I am not, Nate, I am not. It is the holiday season. Christmas is a couple days away.
Yes, it is.
You will not get on Jerry Jones's internet and start talking this crazy talk today on Monday. I'm not going to allow. I am in the Christmas spirit. Don't make me be the Grinch that stole Christmas. But you don't be sitting on here perpetrating these lies and false propagandas on this Cowboy Victory Monday. Do not do it, Nate.
I'm not doing that. What I am saying is, how many of you guys had the Dallas Cowboys being victorious on this victorious Monday? How many of you? So I'm just saying, Mr. Stiller of Wi-Fi, he's doing holidays.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yes, it is. The Wi-Fi is the gift that keeps on giving, baby. I'm just joking, man. I'm excited. Jess, he sent a picture to all of us, man. How he had his trunk full with toys and gifts, man. Hey, hats off to you, brother. I just wanted to throw that old craziness in there. You know me.
I tell you what, we might have picked him to win, but nobody picked him to have 5 turnovers and score 41 points against the 49ers and keep the run game under wraps for the most part. Like, they didn't let them run all over them. They had a little bit of success, but I mean, it wasn't 350 yards like we all predicted. So, question to you guys is I mean, it's a very outside chance, but it's better than 1%. It's better than it was last week. They got a chance to make the playoffs. Washington has.
Let me go first.
Go first. Go, please. Talk me off this.
Let me go first.
Wait, let me stop you. If for those that are just listening to the podcast, do yourself a favor and go find this on DallasCowboys.com or on Twitter, on Periscope. the visual of Jesse doing this in a Santa hat and the people that are probably walking by him to go get in their car with him talking to himself with a computer on the dashboard, a microphone strapped to his chest, and a cell phone. There's no telling what they think is going on. So go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
I'm going to make my statement very brief and very short. I know, shocking.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
With a depleted roster from San Francisco, with a bad backup quarterback, the Cowboys still gave up 458 yards of total offense. See, these are the things that get
that somebody ought to stop you and tell you that this is today's NFL. That's what somebody ought to. And I'm gonna stop you, Jesse, because you know what? It's all right. They gave up 8,000 yards. They won the game. And you know what? I'm gonna give a great theory here. It keeps both things in play. Not for all the quitters out there who use the word tanking, it messed y'all up. For all the quitters out there that use the word tanking, it messed you guys up. But it helped the Dallas Cowboys because you still won the game and you still get to lose your defensive coordinator. So hey, you went on both fronts.
And I am excited for victories. I want victories all day long. I don't want to sound like I'm like the Debbie Downer on Victory Monday.
You finna do that, Debbie Cardona.
I am excited and I am happy for those 53 plus men that they got a victory on Sunday.
Yes,
but Shannon, you're not going to get on Stephen Jones's network and start talking about playoffs, man. Playoffs.
Dude, they got
58 yards to Nick Mullins.
Jesse, they had a 1% chance to make the playoffs before the game started on Sunday. That percentage went up. All they have to do is win 2 games.
It's at 5% now. It's
higher than it was.
5%.
You know what? I'm with you, Shannon, because that's how most volcanoes start. Hey, this thing only got a 1% now it's got a 5% until that thing happened. And it's spew all over you, Jesse. So here come them Cowboys, baby. Here come them Cowboys like a volcano, baby. It's building. It's going to erupt in a couple of weeks, Jesse.
You know what's funny? Nate can't even say that himself without laughing. He's laughing while he's saying it.
I'm excited. Shannon, don't you do that. Don't you fall to the dark side.
No, I'm realistic. I know this is still not a good football team, but it's nice to see them starting to play good. Jordan Lewis had a good game. He put a game together. Cheeto didn't have a terrible game. Donovan Wilson looks like he might really have something. You know, it's good. We talk about it all the time on the show. Let the young guys play. Let them play, and they're getting to play. And it's a little bit exciting in an otherwise, abysmal year on defense. We're actually getting some excitement.
Forget, man. How quickly we forget. We started out just being a guy that just barely had a position at the Cowboys. How we quickly forget that we were selling cell phones before we became Mr. Forbes. How quickly we forget that Kurt had to go and do 8 years of college before he bought that big fancy house. How quickly we forget where we come from. How quickly we forget that Chris Beam tricked his wife that he was a big mega star at the Dallas Cowboys and married her and married up in his life. How quickly we forget.
Look,
why are you throwing us all under the bus? What's going on here?
No,
we forgetting. I'm not forgetting where we come from, baby.
See,
where do we come from?
This is the Nate special. This is what Nate is great at, right? Nate gets on this whole high horse about how he's the ultimate Dallas Cowboys fan.
I am. What's on my ho?
And he wants to get back in the good graces of Cowboys fans. And anytime the Cowboys are riding high, Nate puts on his Captain Ho Cowboys and is leading the ship. We're going to start recording Nate in private and start playing it publicly. Because Nate always want to throw us under the bus and make us to be the negative Debbie Downers and those who don't believe, when he tries to be the guy who stands in front and says, see, those other 3 guys over there, those other 4 guys over there, adding Chris Bean to the mix, how soon we forget? Those guys don't believe. Those guys don't.
Y'all want to know where Jesse's truly at? He's over on some bridge in Dallas. You know, he was about to jump off till these Cowboys won. And now he's stuck in his car because he ran out of gas because he was waiting till the end of the game.
I was contemplating. I said, if they lose again, I'm taking it off the side of the mountain. And then they won, so I had to just sit here, like sit on the porch and wait for my dad again. I'm just sitting here, I've upgraded from the porch to the car.
Hey, what trailer park you sitting in, Jess?
Now I'm actually waiting for AAA. That's what I'm actually doing. I'm waiting for AAA.
All right. But hey, all joking aside though, they've now put two games back to back together against, bad football teams. Mm-hmm. But are they starting to buy into McCarthy? Is it starting to finally click? Are they actually playing team football? You still got a lot of guys out on IR. I mean, if you go look at the roster page on DallasCowboys.com, it's damn near longer than the active roster. I mean, you got a bunch of missing pieces. Is this something to get excited about, or is it just like, you know what, they beat 2 really bad football teams, and this is still a terrible team? Those teams just made them look better.
It's 25%. They got some healthy guys back, right? They got some guys healthy again, and they kind of play with a little bit more. When you have talent and you have a little bit more depth, you're able to do more things. So 25% that. It's 25% that after, how many weeks are we in now? I don't know. After 14, 15 weeks, after all these weeks, it's kind of finally starting to take form a little bit. Guys are starting to understand a little bit more. And then it's 50%. You play 2 really bad football teams with 2 backup quarterbacks. You played the Bengals with Allen, and then you played the Niners with Mullen, who the Niners have 8 consecutive games where they turn the ball over 2 or more times. So it's 25% you got some guys back healthy. It's 25% you finally kind of are understanding the scheme and your position and how to play within that scheme. And it's 50% you played 2 football teams that are at least one of them are more terrible than you. And the other one is either on par with you or a little bit less than you. And you're supposed to do these things to bad teams. So that's how I break it down: 25, 25, 50.
Wow.
I still think it brings some excitement, though. I agree with Jesse. I mean, they got fortunate in playing a couple bad teams, and they're getting ready to play a couple more. So who knows? I think this is generating some excitement. It's getting some good vibes going for McCarthy. Hopefully the players are kind of buying in now, and we're seeing some positive vibes that could be taken into next season.
Philly look good. Philly looking good.
I'm just loving it, man. I'm loving it. They wrecking all the quitters out there that go up under the disguise of tankers. I'm loving this, you quitters. We're not giving up, you quitters. Hey, let's take it. I'm loving it. I got something to grab on to anything I can grab on to.
Speaking of tanking, they went from having the 4th overall pick now to the 8th overall pick, and if they win the next couple of games, they could
getting worse
to the
for all
middle
you
of the
quitters.
Draft.
It's getting worse for all you quitters.
All right, let's take our first break. When we come back, we will talk about Cowboys 49ers.
How great the Cowboys are.
Kellen Moore, was this his best called game? Nate,
well, 50% of it wasn't him, so
we got to get into Tony Pollard talk. It looks like we may have lost Jesse because he looks frozen. Either that or he's just really happy right now because he has a smile stuck on his
I think
face.
he's just going off. He's twittering everybody. You like my 50%? You like my 25%? You like
my math? My math.
Oh,
and we'll talk about. You know what? We might even talk about Jesse's college football team making the playoffs and playing somewhat of a local team here to Texas. All that and more when we come back on this joyous, festive, ho-ho-ho filled Hanging with the Boys. We'll be right back.
Let's go Cowboys, we're on our way, baby. We're on our way back. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Is your family a Cowboys family? Have you taken holiday photos at the Star? Was your wedding theme blue and silver? Have you convinced your kids them is spelled with a D? If so, every game day feels like a vacation to you, so treat it like one. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for hanging with the boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back. Are you watching the game in old basketball shorts or baggy sweats? Well, that's for amateurs. If you want to relax like a pro, upgrade to the comfort of Tommy John loungewear. Looks awesome, feels even better. It's got pockets for snacks and is machine washable for any unpredictable nacho cheese spill. Shop loungewear at TommyJohn.com/Cowboys for 15% off your first order.
Cowboys.
TommyJohn.com/Cowboys. All right, fellas. What I want to know,
Cowboys,
and Kurt also wants to know this. Kurt also wants to know this. Yes, how in the hell can you go from having 7 turnovers in the first 9 games of the season, and now you have 11 in the last 5? Tank mentioned after the game they've been practicing this. My question is, shouldn't you be practicing this every practice that you have all the time? And is there a reason for the turnovers, or is it just like, why now?
I'm gonna make a suggestion before Jesse tell me I'm crazy. All right.
You crazy before you even start the
suggestion. When you get guys comfortable in their positions, and they know where they can try to take chances at, and they know what they're looking at and what's before them. Because you notice in the last 2 or 3 games, guys ain't just been running free behind them. Whether the defense has simplified it, whether these guys have gotten comfortable, now they've gotten a few turnovers, and now they're looking for it. And once you start looking for it, it becomes automatic. It becomes your nature. And that is where these Cowboys are at now. And then when you're not playing the best of teams, with the best of the ability, you just take advantage of it. And this is what these Cowboys are doing. Once they got a game ago, once they got that first turnover, it just multiplied. And then when you got Donovan Wilson, who we saw 8 years ago as a rookie, making plays in the preseason, then he disappeared, he's back. And he's having fun, and he's learning. So my hat's off to these guys, man. I mean, just keep going the way you're going, and then we get some better players to help you next year, and then we can really compete. You know,
it's just they got rid of the dead weight earlier in the year. I think yesterday was.
Oh my God! You calling who is that?
Dontari
Poe.
Yesterday was the first game. I think they had all their starters playing. I believe, and I mean, so it kind of makes you wonder what if. I mean, if they'd had these guys all year, would this maybe be a different scene we're looking at?
I don't think so, because with the loss of Dak, it was going to be an adjustment period. But I think. It couldn't have been no worse, because we was giving up 36 points, 6 points a game.
Yeah.
And a lot of teams sacrifice the first half of their season so they can be competitive in the second half of the season. They knew they was going to may not make the playoffs, but we were forced to do that. Unfortunately, we should have, maybe should have tried. I'm not going to try to second guess the coaches and the management, but the way it seems, that's how it worked out. Jesse went on a spiel 8 weeks ago, like, hey, now they're forced to do it. So here's where we sit.
Can they win without turnovers?
No, because the 800 yards they be getting and them 900 yards they be getting come to fruition. Then it'd be 45,000 points instead of 33.
Jesse, now's your chance. Ask him: Is Nate crazy? Does that make sense?
No. Nate's crazy, whether he thinks it or not. But his statement is sound. He's crazy, but his statement is sound, and it's one of an educated, well put thing. Nate hit it right on the head. I do think Nate is crazy, but his statement was hammer to the head right there. That was, I don't have to say nothing.
Nice.
Look at there.
That's a first on the show. Unbelievable. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Some guys got hurt in the game, and I'm going to ask you if you notice a pattern here. Antoine Woods, Leighton Vander Esch, Michael Gallup, they all went out with injuries. Do y'all notice one thing in common with those guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
Kurt tweeted it out.
Yep. Don't put me in it. Don't listen. Here, I'm pulling the Nate now. Jesse Holly has never been a part of any other interviews that you've done with any of those guys. So blame Nate, blame Kurt, blame Shannon, and blame Chris Beam for hitting the record button. Jesse Holly has nothing to do with that because I have not been there for any of the interviews that we've done because every time we interviewed a guy, he either had a bad game or gotten hurt.
Is there a hanging with the boys curse? Also, Xavier Woods left the game injured too. Did you guys believe in curses, or did you believe in jinxes, or were y'all superstitious when you guys played?
I believe in a nice routine, and I didn't want to disrupt it.
Right.
That's what I believe in. I don't like to use some other words. I believe in
Did it throw you off if you?
Well, being 330 pounds, it was hard to throw me.
No, I'm with Nate. I had a solid routine from the time that I woke up to what I ate at breakfast to the route that I took to get to the game to all being on the first bus in the away game, hot club. I mean, and when you don't have it that way, it throws you off. You just thinking like, man, you just don't feel right. It's something about when your routine is thrown off by anything. It messes with your mind. It messes with your mind a little bit, and it has you kind of almost second guessing your day. You should have got to go out there and play, but you just like, dang, something just doesn't quite feel right.
But you didn't believe in.
That's funny.
You didn't believe in like a Madden curse or anything like that. You wouldn't say, "Don't put me on the cover of Madden because I don't want to be cursed."
Madden.
Put me on Madden. Yeah, I'll take the check. I
curse me to death.
Yeah, I'll take that check and put me on Madden. I wish.
Curse me up.
Oh, man.
I'm going to tell you something, though, fellas, about these Dallas Cowboys and these injuries, man. That's why I think I know the pandemic is still here and they got the certain people are getting the shots and stuff like that. But, man, the Cowboys got to find a way to get their players in, get them conditioned and get them healthy and get them of one accord. They have to find a way because this can't be an every year thing. And those guys that are continually to get injured, you have to get rid of them.
Wow.
I know that's an ugly thing, but a lot of coaches, after you show to be that type of guy, they won't hold on to you.
You're gonna get rid of Vander Esch?
But Nate also, Will McClay, if you're listening. And scouting staff, stop bringing in guys who are often injured. Look at the guys who are often injured in college. Sean Lee, Leighton Vander Esch, Jalen Smith. And you bring these guys in and all of a sudden you're surprised that they're getting injured in the National Football League. that's something that we have to look at. We're starting to bring in and potential. We got to stop falling in that word potential. That's an ugly word, man. That just means you haven't proven anything. And if you're often injured on the college level with half of the team being
people
defense,
that you're better than,
right, and the other half that you're just way better than, what do you think is going to happen when you get to the National Football League? So we got to also put some of that onus on the front office and the scouting department. Stop drafting and bringing in guys who were often injured in college and then all of a sudden be shocked and surprised when they get to this level and they're often injured in the league. It's a pattern here, and that's the way it happens with injuries. If you're an injured guy in college, the likelihood of you getting to the league and all of a sudden not becoming injured is slim to none. You're probably going to be injured, if not as much or more, in the NFL. More games, more physical, more wear and tear, better competition, longer seasons. So we have to start doing a better job with stop bringing in often injured players.
And when it's a red flag, that red flag got to count for something.
Yeah. Neither one of you guys missed a lot of time, did you?
No, man. Huh? I mean, even if I was injured, man, I was a free agent. I wasn't finna miss no games, bro.
Exactly. You wasn't gonna give my spot to somebody else.
Yeah.
Wow.
I played broken thumb, broken ribs, torn ACL. I mean, not torn meniscus, slight tear in my ACL. Never out. You wasn't taking me off the field. No, sir. I wasn't giving anyone a chance to get my $10. That's why I'm here today.
That's right.
That's from the parking lot outside of Wingstop.
Outside of Wingstop.
Did you drop the gifts off yet, or you still got to go drop those off?
Nah, they're all done. They're all done. Empty. Santa's sled is empty.
That's awesome. That is awesome. What did you think? Is this momentum they're getting towards the end of the year? This is what you want as a general manager. This is what you want as an owner. This is what you want as a coach, is your team to play well in December. And they have played well in December, or better than the rest of the year. Do they still know what the issues are? Or let's just say they win the next 2 games and they win the last 4, and even if they don't make the playoffs, they end with some momentum and they beat some below average teams in the NFL to finish out on a 4-game win streak. Does this put the blinders back on to what the issues are on this team? No. Or do they know coming out of this, like, okay, we finished with some momentum, we got some things clicking, we still have to go address X, Y, and Z?
All of it with caps. Where you hit the cap thing on your computer and lock it and then go at it. I'm serious. You hit the cap with caps, man. No, man. You know, okay, now you have to decide at every defensive position, is this guy a priority in depth? Can he start some games? Is he a priority in depth? Where do he fit? Because when you look at our team, a lot of guys that play on our defensive end are not starters on most teams. So now you say, okay, is this a 25 snap, a 25% guy? Is this a 40% guy? How does he fit into our scheme? And so you try to bring competition that's better. It ain't no equal, because you can just stay like you are. You bring in a better player with the right mindset that I'm coming to get a job, and it forces that other guy to step up a little bit. That's how you look at that. Now, for the first time, I do have to admit, some of our offensive assets, we're gonna have to give some of them up to get a better defense that can help with these turnovers and continue that. That's what you got to bring into next year, is those turnovers.
Does momentum carry, though, from one season to the next? Does it?
Just a little bit, just a little bit of confidence.
What it does for the players also. See, when you have all these losing ways, the moment the season ends, you want out, right? I want to go in my own corner. I want to go do my own thing.
Yes.
But when you have a little bit of momentum and you have a little bit of positivity, it kind of gives guys that, man, you know what? I'm not going to go on vacation. And of course, we're in this COVID world now, so vacation may be off limits. But it makes you kind of want to stick around and get with the guys and see if, can we build on this? Can we build on, our relationship, our techniques and things of that nature, and our skill set. And so it definitely helps. The momentum of winning helps, right? Because when you're winning, it feels good. It makes you want to do. It makes you want to do more. When you're losing, you kind of don't want no parts of anything or anyone. So if they could pull off the next 2 victories, and however the season may end, whether it's in the playoffs or out the playoffs, that gives you some confidence and some momentum heading into your offseason, and something to kind of just be a springboard to a really good offseason. And just saying, hey guys, let's get right back at it. Let's get right back at it. Let's not let this thing, let's not let it go. Let's not go ghost. Let's not, spend too much time apart. Let's get right back to it. And Nate has been hammering this, that we don't know what the offseason may hold. So when you're officially done, we got to get into it, because if we have another shutdown, if the NFL says, hey, COVID this or COVID that, you can't do X, Y, and Z, I need to be able to get my guys together as much as I possibly can, as soon as I possibly can, to evaluate, to teach, and to begin our process moving forward on what we're going to be as a football team.
Let's take our last break, and when we come back, we will get into some offensive talk, and then
talking about for the Philadelphia.
No, just offensive from this game. Tony Pollard, we can't let this
All
slide without talking about Zeke, Nathaniel. We can't do that. And then I'm gonna let everyone know what this show reminds me of, especially when we go to an isolated shot of Jesse. I'm gonna tell you what I think I'm looking at, and it might wind up being a side hustle for Jesse when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
Just like all of you, we at SeatGeek can't wait until we're back in the stands at full strength cheering on the Cowboys and singing along to our favorite songs again. We're using this time to make discovering, buying, and selling tickets to events in Dallas easier. Plus, every ticket purchased on SeatGeek is protected by our buyer guarantee, which means you'll get your money back or better if your event is canceled. Guaranteed. Download the SeatGeek app today, and when the time is right, let's go. SeatGeek.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com. Proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Grab some OtterBox gear and get ready for Hanging with the Boys. From rugged venture coolers to tough as nails elevation tumblers, we've got what you need to keep your game day drinks frosty and your football feast ice cold. And with cases, screen protectors, and power accessories, you can defend your phone and stay connected to every play. Gear up at OtterBox.com and amp up the fun of every Cowboys game. That's OtterBox.com.
Dear, it's 1908. Don't you think we should get electricity?
And stop using candles to see at night.
It's just electricity lights up the room fast. It's more reliable than candles blowing out, and people seem to love it nationwide.
Well, candles are...
Dear, did you just run into the wall?
Nope. May I have a new candle, please?
Historically, switching to new technology is a no-brainer. Today, it's AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure, and nationwide. Switch to AT&T 5G. It's not complicated. 5G requires compatible plan. May not be in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Ho, ho, ho! Santa is back at his Dallas Cowboys cottage at the Star in Frisco. Appointments are available to take your socially distanced holiday photo with Santa through December the 24th. Book now at thestarinfrisco.com/Santa. And if you have pets, you can take your pets up there to have their photo made with Santa as well. I feel like every time we get an isolated shot of Jesse, I am looking at an episode of either Karaoke Cab or Cash Cab. And Chris Beam feels like you, as you're doing this, he thinks you might start working on your side hustle with Favor. And by the way, they're a sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, so we could hook you up, Jesse. You could do a Cowboys favor to fans. You know what? We should do a Cowboys cash cab or a Cowboys karaoke cab where we pick up players and we drive them around the Star and ask them Cowboys trivia. That would be fun. That would actually be really fun.
So I actually pitched that idea a year ago to our boss Derek Eagleton. I pitched that like maybe a year or so ago to do that because I got it of course from how they were doing it, and I do my Friday videos where I sing in the car. But I pitched that about a year and a half ago and
got shot down.
Yeah, too many liabilities, I was told.
That's true. That's a good point. But anyway,
yeah,
I like to look. It's a cool aesthetic, Jesse. I think you should do it even when you're at home or at work. Just go out to the parking lot. And,
maybe, yeah. Well,
yeah.
Ask people,
I like it.
Hey, you want to get on the show? No. All right, next week. Okay.
That's awesome. Okay. Last part of the show. Let's talk about it. Kellen Moore called a great game. Finally figured out a way to get Tony Pollard involved in the right way.
Didn't have a choice.
No Zeke, correct? What'd you guys think about the game that he called and the way that he was able to use TP? Not toilet paper. Tony Pollard.
It was good.
Go ahead, Kurt.
Well, I mean, he showed some new wrinkles. There was a couple of drives there. With that one series, he did a big in round and had the Belldozer getting a first down. I mean, he pulled out a few more wrinkles. I mean, it's kind of the stuff we've been asking for and wanting to see. So I think of course, I've been saying he's been good all year. You guys have kind of been against him a little bit. But, yeah, it was fun to see. It makes the game fun. When it's successful. If it's not, then we're all pitching. But
to me, what Kellen Moore is, he called a really good game against Pittsburgh. What the things that he had, I'm still waiting for more consistent, complete games, like because he'll do stuff in the game where like, oh, okay, well he featured Tony Pollard, okay, I get it, but then like you start giving the ball to Noah Brown. Like Noah Brown should never have more attempts than Amari Cooper in a football game. We should never have Amari Cooper out there blocking on a bubble screen for Noah Brown. Like,
what was the deal with that? What was going on with that? That blew my mind, man.
And that's what I'm saying. There's certain things that are like, wait a second. It's like you'll take 2 steps forward and you'll take 3 steps back. So for me, it's like I want to be able to see Kellen Moore use how Kansas City uses every single weapon. Like nobody is not like there's not any meat left on the bone when it comes to weapons being used in New Orleans, in Kansas City, in Tampa Bay. Like I want to see that. I want to see Zeke, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper. I want to see all of them in a game being used properly. And for me, Kellen won't give me that. He won't give me that complete game where guys are being utilized and their skill sets are being utilized. Like Tony Pollard needs to be in space. Put him in space. CeeDee Lamb needs to be in space. Put him in space. You can use Amari Cooper any way but I want to see Kellen Moore be able to take we have, like, if we're just looking man for man across the board, I'm willing to put our Zeke, Tony Pollard, CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz, and Michael Gallup. I'm willing to take those guys, those skill guys, and put them up against any set of skill guys across the league, man for man. And I'm like, yo, we got some of the best. And I'm willing to put them up with anybody and saying we can do that. But yet and still we come up and it's like we're only averaging 18 points a game. I get it. We don't have our starting quarterback, and if we did, it would be more. But you're still like, wait, we only had 300 yards total offense with all of these weapons, even not having Zeke. I want those guys to be utilized in their strengths more consistently, more often. And I think once he begins to learn how to do that, that's when he'll kind of get his offensive coordinator superpowers to really be ignited and on display.
Nate?
Yeah. I agree with Jess. I mean, to us, ex-players, it's just simple. Use your talent that's out there on the field.
Man.
Maximize it. I mean, everybody keep waiting for this. Oh, man, that was a great move by letting Amari block for come on, man. we ain't gave Amari $20 million. Let me sit there and block for Noah Brown.
Right.
And so I tell people, I say, the little things that people don't see is how in the world that the tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs is running down the middle of the field. Won't they just get a backup to do it? I mean, it don't work. It don't work. When you can't use and expose the talent that's before you, I mean, you should be sitting at home saying, I'm going to draw up the craziest play, but it's going to end with Amari. I'm going to draw up the stupidest play, but it's going to end with Zeke. I'm going to draw up this play, but it's going to end with Tony Pollard. You got to use your weapons. And when you don't do that, it don't happen good for you.
They just overthinking it, thinking that the defense is going to key on Amari, so we got to go somewhere else.
You can't stop him, though. If used in the right way, you can't stop him.
And that's the thing. It's like, don't try to don't outthink yourself. Don't do that. Like this. Okay, we're going to Amari. Fine, let's go to Amari. Don't try to outthink yourself. Like, just don't. Kellen wants to outthink himself. Like, you're not going to be able to just. I don't know. Like, I wanted some time to be a fly on the wall to think what you thought when you drew that play up and you said, "Oh no, this is how we're going to get him. I'm going to have Amari Cooper blocking for Noah Brown on the screen. Oh no, I'm going to give Noah Brown the reverse." You're like, wait, what? No.
You know what's so funny though, Kurt? I want you to, okay, let's break this down. If you worried about Amari Cooper and you worried about 2 men going to be on him, ain't them same 2 guys going to be on him when he go to block for Noah Brown? So now it's going to be 3 guys over there? So you outnumbered 2 to 3? So it's just...
That's true.
Yeah. So I just, that is my thing is I used to hear Coach Johnson look at his coaches like, hold on, man. We got this dude out here on the corner. And we doing what? We trying to blitz him. He's our best cover guy. Why are we trying to blitz him? Who we fooling? They gonna say, oh man, he coming on a blitz. Let's throw right to this guy. Stop, man. Just do what's right. Football is simple. We players and a lack of ability with players mess up simple things. Coaches, offensive coordinators, it's simple. Sometimes simple ain't good enough. We got to have the razzle dazzle.
Question for you, Jesse, before we get out of here. Got a couple minutes left. Nobody made a big deal about it really because it worked out. But CD, instead of falling on that ball, which it kind of looked like he was about to, saw that big, wide open green space out in front of him and could not help himself and just took it to the house. Do you have a problem with that as a former special teams guy?
Nope. Remember, I was the same guy that picked up a punt that didn't have no business being in my area and took it back for a touchdown in Minnesota. So I'm an opportunistic kind of guy. CD did his job. They kicked the ball to me. I caught it. Oh wait, no one's tackled me. Oh wait, there's a big hole. Oh, I'm an extremely gifted athlete who can run really fast with the ball in my hand. I'm going to go score a cheap touchdown, and I'm going to have a kickoff return for a touchdown on my resume and a touchdown on my resume off of a cheap little onside kick. I got no problem with that, man. CD did what any athlete would do in that moment. See, now if you put a big stiff out there or a tight end or something like that, they're going to fall and cover up. CD like, no, I can catch the ball. This is what I do with the ball in space. I run and go get touchdowns. I got no problem with a guy like CD Lamb doing that.
Did the coaches really tell him that he was wrong? Do you think they really said that to him?
It's that kind of okay, so you're out with your no. You're out with your son, right? And you're like, listen, don't tell your mother, but we're getting ready to go do this. And he's like, okay. It's like that. It's like in the public, I'm gonna say, well, he was wrong for doing that. And in private, I'm gonna be like, that's a hell of a play, kid. Like, way to go. So it's just like, I got to say this thing publicly so people don't think that I'm a bad special teams coach or I'm a bad coach and allow this stuff to happen. But on the inside, I'm saying, way to go, kid. Hell of a play. Way to go get yourself a touchdown right there. Now, I will say this. Everybody won't have that luxury, though. Like, you got to understand, everybody won't have that luxury. And certain things you go, all right, CD can do that, But hey,
Belldozer,
Belldozer,
not try this.
Get down. Backup running back, get down. You other guys, get down. CD, all right now.
Do your thing, CD.
Do your thing. Yeah.
Because that ain't no more dominant than me putting Amari Cooper out there blocking for number 85.
Oh, speaking of doing your thing, Nate Newton and I will be hosting Crosstalk on our new night for the next 2 Mondays to close out the season. We will have very special guests, Danny McCray and current Cowboys employee on the show tonight. Another very good special teams guy. Get some of his opinions.
Alley Dog.
Yes. Talk to him. So tune in tonight, 7 o'clock on 105.3 The Fan Local, and then on DallasCowboys.com and our social channels. It will be streaming live, so check it out. Only got 2
We're
more
going to have
left.
Jesse on the show.
Conflicting networks won't allow that to happen.
Nate, I'll let you put in that request.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going straight to the top.
Kurt, what's on your sweater? Is that Bill Murray again? What you got going on for?
No, just deers and trees and things like that.
Deers and trees. All right.
Hey, Kurt wife say they going on a road trip. Soon as the season over, they going on a road trip.
No, can't do that. No road
Yep.
trip.
Okay, now you're backing out. Okay, you get scared. Okay. All right.
Hey, that's one of those things, Nate. That's one of those things. Just like Jesse just said, you say in the public eye, no, can't do that.
Yeah.
He going on a road trip.
He going on that road trip.
All right, fellas. We need to wear the Miller Lite sweaters in unison one day this week. We'll get it together. We're still working out.
Y'all pick it out, man.
Yeah,
text it. Don't email it. Text it.
Still working out the show schedule for this week, but we will be here tomorrow and Wednesday for sure. We're figuring out Thursday.
No Thursday, no Friday, man. Come on, man. No Thursday, no Friday. Give Chris Beam a break, man. He got kids.
Working on Thursday, no show Friday. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Jesse, go thank them folks at Wi-Fi at Wingstop for giving you that free Wi-Fi. Nate, looking good in that Santa hat. Kurt, thank goodness.
Cowboys for life.
Color on it.
Cowboys.
Hanging with the boys. Playoff bound. Let's go.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!